It's all that matters. All right, it's connecting. Can y'all still see me though?
Yeah. It looks like you're looking down though.
No, no, I got you. The camera's right there, so I'm all good money. I'm just ooh, hold on. We live now.
Are we live right here? We live.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Good
Oh, I
people.
gotta
Good,
get my headphones on because I can't hear y'all.
good evening, people. Look, thank y'all for tapping in with us. Tell a friend
Hey
to tell
man.
live today.
Lola.
Can you hear us?
All right. So I got a little delay because I got the YouTube in the back.
But that's all right. We live. So if y'all been ride with us, if y'all like what we do, make sure you put some fire in the comments. Okay. Let us know right now. Give us a little get started.
And Eric, you got to let us know what type of comments are coming in because we want to interact with the people.
Let me pull it up on the phone. Because I need to see.
Let's see. Said just do it without sound.
Yes. I'll turn it all off.
So that's not working like that. I gotta make a quick audible.
It's
I'm
all
sorry.
good. Yeah. It says waiting for.
Do it without sound. Yeah. How do you mute this?
I'll turn it all off.
Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you. We can still hear you.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right. So, man, sorry about that, y'all. Welcome to everybody tapping into us live today on Romance and Real Estate, where we
Help you level up in life, love,
and money.
there it is. There it is. All right. This is new to us, but we thought we would bring something new to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And we felt like, doing podcasts every week, we would do something live, interactive, and just really be tapped in with y'all. So, first and foremost, we want to shout y'all out for basically, being a huge support. We've been growing rapidly, and we wanted to talk about some of the podcasts that kind of like did well for us, like entertaining folks when you see the red flags.
Ooh.
That's one of our biggest ones. So shout out to y'all for empowering the people and and going from there. One that was really, really huge was why boss chicks stay single. So you know what I mean? Like, that was a good seed for the community.
Yeah.
All right. And then another one that was super, super huge, let me look in here, was the one with Brittany Renner. Basically, saying if you follow that bad advice, you may stay single forever. So, we want to shout you out for supporting us. And once again, if you are in a position where you want to develop a healthy relationship with your special somebody, if you feel like, like you just don't have, you're missing something, you need a little bit of support in your mission, tap in with the ladies at
Get and Stay Married. That is getandstaymarried.com. We'd love to connect with you.
All right. So now to end the church announcements, make sure to like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. It's going down right now. We live. So you can actually share this link, kick it out to them, and it go from there. You know what I mean? So we are live. So before we get started, how y'all been doing?
Doing well. How about you?
Oh, I've been doing amazing. I've just been too hyped for this live. I've been ready to talk to the people all week.
Got you.
Absolutely.
Hey, I don't think I've ever seen Shinori in a ponytail though, straight up.
Oh, for real?
I've never seen Shinori in a ponytail. I said, oh, she kind of different.
All right.
That's that ATL Shorty joint.
See, exactly. Represent, please. Please, ATL.
It's like people take. Wait, is that her?
Too funny. All right. So to get things started today, I was online and I was going past a podcast that put up a post that was very intriguing to me.
Okay.
And I want to share it with y'all if it's possible. I want to share that with y'all. So let me get to the post. All right, here we go. Hold on. Well, man, here we go.
Side chicks are seasonal. Right? Big problem I see, if a man is still in that phase of his life where he getting where he need to be and he got work to do, you don't deserve a side chick. Side chicks are for hardworking, stable men. You can't afford to take your girl out to a 5-star. You can't have a side chick, and men don't understand that. What you do for one, you got to be able to do it twice. You need to have your resources, your stability. If your woman is rocking with you, even when you're still en route to where you're going, you don't get to have a side chick. Now, once you get there, she good, household good, then you've earned a side chick. But you really won't even get where you need to go if you always have a side chick, because your attention is so divided that you can't even really get there, and that can be detrimental. So not just because you're a man, you get a side chick. It's deserving, hardworking men get side chicks. Side chick.
Ooh. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a lot of dudes that feel like they would be awarded. They work hard, they take care of home. You know what I'm saying? Like, can I get a side chick? I feel like, hey, some men may not feel like this is a bad question. I'm just saying. It's like dessert. You don't eat it with every meal, but you can have it every once in a while. That's what it sounded like they was saying. I'm just keeping it a buck. I like this right here because my energy is my energy. Y'all not in here eyeing me and looking at me crazy. But again, she said, on your way up, like you don't deserve a side chick.
It's the deserve for me. Like,
Yeah. Talk about that. Like, let me know. Erica, the mic is yours.
Okay, the word deserve, when she said it, it means that you have done enough where you have earned this thing. So now that you have reached this level of, wealth or stability in your home, only the good men deserve side chicks. The good ones that have a stable home environment, they are financially stable, and everything in their household is taken care of. They put in enough work to be able to give their attention to more than one woman at the same time.
Hold on real quick, Shanoria. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta get some commentary on this. So I'm assuming I could be wrong, but I gotta keep it a buck with you.
Yeah.
Anybody that got a side chick, like, hey fellas, if you want a side chick, it's expensive. You know what I'm saying? You gotta so I feel like she's talking about financially stable because you if you taking care of her and the side chick, you got to be able to afford to keep her, because if you don't give her enough allowance or whatever she needs, she gonna run back out to the street. So boys be trying to keep them close, and that's why it get expensive. I'm just assuming. I've been around the corner, but that's what I'm thinking. She is elaborate, like, hey, I gotta be taken care of financially and et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? And just, hey, before we go too far, that snippet came from Hardly Initiated, just to give it credit, where credit is due, where it came from, Hardly Initiated. And those are two men. She was a guest. So to move forward, Shanoria, typically you go first and you give me the to catch your breath from the toxicity, but now you have had time to digest this clip. What's your feedback on this?
Well, I would just offer that initially, I refuse to digest that. I don't digest such things. That's not nourishing.
My
We're gonna
bad.
go right back out. What it gave me was broke energy. I'm just gonna come right in. It was broke energy. And this is one of the concerns of anyone being able to spew whatever on these platforms. And there are many people who are in their journeys and trying to get answers. And then they hear something that's like, oh yeah, that makes sense, when it really makes no sense at all. Okay. Here's why I say broke energy. I'll get to the broken part, though that part seems like it would be the sense that is common. The broke energy is this: you're a high earner. I think that you will understand where I'm coming from. From high earner to high earner, we don't really have like a finish line.
Right.
Like, let's say when I get to this, I'm good.
Yeah.
So when she said that, I was like, it seems to me like you're speaking about a place that you've never been. Because if you was actually in these lanes, you would understand that a hustler, a grinder, a man who's about his business is going to continue to be about his business.
That's
He's going
right.
to
Facts.
pay and replicate. He's not going to get a certain amount and be like, I'm good. This is what I was working for. So now I can get a side check.
Period.
Number one. Number two, I have more respect for the polygamists. Just say what you're gonna do out front and just say you wanna have multiple wives, just say you wanna have multiple families together, and we doing it, and we keep it at 100.
Yep.
The term side chick is indicative of someone not being aware. So why would keep you on that boss level? If you really that boss dude, then your wife is happy to be your wife at home, cleaning and cooking and taking care of the kids, and she turns her focus another way and dismisses the fact that she knows that you have someone on the side. So, but that's that boss energy that very few of us actually would ever experience, nor do I uphold it, but I'm just saying a thing is a thing. I am aware of individuals that are at that level of earning, and that's the life they live because they're in a miserable marriage. But it's better to keep it than it is to get a divorce. So if you like this life I'm giving you, then you're gonna continue to drive the Range Rover, you're gonna continue to have kids in private school, but I'm gonna go live the life that I wanna live because I'm no longer happy with you. But you can pretend that we're still happy and we're married and you're posting all the pictures and everything looks good, when at home, you know, I ain't a bit more worried about you. But instead of telling that story, we wanna sit here and say, side chicks are approved at a certain situation. Girl, bye.
So
Okay.
I got to keep the toxic shit going, right? So, you don't believe, let me reframe myself. Do you believe that couples desire to have a threesome?
I'm aware that there are couples who have open relationships and go to swing clubs and things like that, yes.
Got you. Swing club's a little different, but I think that in the way she was saying it in her context, I think that she was almost like aware, because it's like almost like she was given permission, right?
Who is she? The young lady who was speaking? I mean, she didn't wife in it, so I thought she had to be coming from the side chick.
Thank
side.
you. Yes, because
So think about what she's not.
when you say permission,
Mhm.
it's gonna be really tough for a woman to give men permission to do things in their household when it seems like the woman herself doesn't have a household that is stable and that is fully functioning and is healthy. So you're on the outside looking in saying, this looks like this would work, but that's not the life that you lead.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm. And if those are conditions that would make it acceptable for her to be a side chick, then okay, she's come up with her life living, but that doesn't make it sensible. That doesn't normalize. That doesn't mean just because it can go viral that it makes the sense that it's common. It doesn't. I'm sure it's convenient from a female's perspective who doesn't have her own man, hasn't really matured through all 7 segments of self-love, have had terrible relationships, feels like all men are dogs, they all cheat, and she's never dating the right one. So now she can get a piece of one that satisfies certain needs and she don't have to deal with the rest. Oh, this is the broken side I talked about earlier. Remember I said broke and broken. This is what happens when instead of pausing and going through your own healing process and getting clear about the step that you're taking that's leading you in the direction that's not in alignment with your mission and values, and instead continuing to do the same thing but expect a different result. And now you just gonna lower yourself to be on the side, knowing that giving his first fruits to someone else, but because he's dicking you down and not staying around too long to get on your nerves, now it's cool. Stop.
And
Erica?
in addition to this, I'm sure, I promise, I'm sure we can find a group, a conglomerate of people that's gonna say, Psh, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. We need to stop normalizing bad behavior and asinine ways of thinking just because a whole lot of people is in agreement with it.
Mm.
And people will jump on the bandwagon and be like, well, statistics, there's a lot of people that think having sex with animals is cool.
Having sex with children. There are those who see nothing wrong with pedophilia. There's a whole, but I'm being for real. There's numbers.
Legit.
You could post a reel, and if the right people see it, that'll go viral because there are those who are in alignment with that. So that's cool. I mean, I don't agree with this perspective, period, dot. Do I understand that it happens? Yes, because people love, people often go for what's easy. And
Mm,
it's easier to not stand in integrity and allow everyone to be informed. It's easier to just sneak around and slip around, have your secret lover, like my parents jammed back in the day, and feel like you have something exciting on the side instead of building what it is that you're in, this covenant that you built. But most people who are married don't even know what a covenant is. So, and that's no shade, that's just being
wait a minute.
honest.
Can you define what a covenant is though, for those who don't know?
Well, first of all, y'all know because y'all be watching the episode, but just in case you missed one, a marriage, when you enter into a marriage, is a three core prong that's not easily broken. So it's the groom, the bride, and God. So you have three people that are a part of this union, and it's higher than a contract. So you can Google this, by the way. So when we have contracts, there are terms and conditions that cannot be broken. It might be a bilateral change or a unilateral change. You can't break or terminate the contract unless both parties come to the table. Likewise, when you enter into a covenant, when you say, I do, and the Lord says yes, then that means that you have entered into a lifelong union that cannot be broken. Okay, you cleave together and you're together. Therefore, there were no sides.
Mm,
It was the groom, the bride, and God. So there is no one else. It says the husband and the wife cannot defile the bedroom. So that's a whole nother episode of, ladies being a little bit less than free sexually with the man that there's no sin to be sexual with. But on the flip side of that, when we're talking about bringing other people into the bedroom, bringing animals into the bedroom, all kind of stuff, it's only the husband and wife that can defile the
That's it.
bedroom.
Now you can do whatever you
understood.
want to do while you in there. I'm talking about the ceiling fan, the floor, the table, the door. You can do what you want to do, but it's just y'all two. That's all.
That's how-
Understood. Erica.
But marriage,
I-
there's things in marriage, and marriage is difficult. Marriage takes work. And what you often see is that when people exit the honeymoon stage, then they start looking externally because it's like, this ain't hitting like it was before. But that's how it's supposed to be. In business, going to real estate, you're aware of when you form teams, it's the forming, storming, norming, then performing. No one just comes together and everything is just smooth. We're gonna have some battles that we gotta work through, but because we have a certain objective and goals that we're reaching, we understand, hey, this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna see it through. But when it comes to marriage, it's like people expect this fairy tale, or they expect things that what was hot in the beginning to continue to be flaming at the end, and that's just not realistic.
understood,
And like you said, there's a lot depending on things being easy and convenient. It's like, that's all we want. We want it fast, we want it quick, we want it easy, and we want it now. And it's easy to be hurt because everybody's been hurt.
Mm,
So if you looking for somebody to chime in, if you looking for somebody to agree, if you looking for somebody to get on your boat of hurt, everybody can literally jump on. It's hard to heal.
That's right.
It's so hard to heal. And when you are not yet able or capable or willing to do the work of healing, you adopt mindsets like that. And then unfortunately, you have a gang of people that will agree with you in that backwards way of thinking.
Yeah.
got you. So Erica, what would you say it would be the path that you would take somebody like this if they walked into before Boaz? I understand that you guys got like the same pathway to basically cleanse them, get them together before you go to different stages. But somebody with this type of belief, how do you approach them? Like, what advice do you give them is the better question.
Well, first and foremost, we don't give advice. And secondly, if someone were to come to us with this mindset, it wouldn't be unsolicited, because first and foremost, I'm not just going to say, oh, hey, I heard you said da, 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 da. Let me tell you what would your mindset has to be different. You have to be prepared to do work, because we understand what the process looks like. That's just like, I'm a pastor and a man comes to me and says, oh, hey, I want to get married, but I got 3 girlfriends. So can you take us through couples counseling? Yeah, that's not really what that's not really how that's going to work. It's not going to work out the best way for you because you haven't even adopted the mindset of what it actually takes to be married. So I'm not going to walk you through the process to figure out how to strengthen the marriage that you say that you want. Like you're not prepared. And in this instance, prepared just means for her, like, I understand that there are some ways that I may think that are not serving me anymore. And I would like to learn how to unlearn those things. She's
Right.
not there yet. So unfortunately, she wouldn't be an ideal seeker for us.
Mm,
And
gotcha.
if I could just add, we can't fix a problem you don't have.
Mhm.
It sounds like she's very stern and very anchored in her belief,
Yeah.
and we love that for her.
Yeah.
That would not fit in our community whatsoever on any
Gotcha.
term.
Now,
Mhm.
you guys said something that triggered a thought that was like, it's off subject, but you guys said that, there's people that are going to be that are going to think like her, and then and that they're going to be okay with it, and
Mhm.
they're going to make it look like it's okay, like that's like a norm now.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So understanding that you guys, the way you guys think and your beliefs, what do you think about, this is tough. What do you think about the same-sex kissing in cartoons? Because I
Yeah.
see that all the time. And now that I got a child, I'm like, man, we gotta change this. Like this is not okay. But it's not okay per what I believe in,
Mhm.
right? And so, but I've been in rooms where people discuss this, and I know we can't go too left on this because boy, this will blow up the wrong way. But I tell people like this: it's somebody an executive at that company that they an executive at that company, and this is okay. And it kind of like trickles down, producers, artists, and they draw cartoons, and they
Mhm.
have females kissing females, males kissing males, and things like that. But there's a bag of people that say that's normal.
And when I'm driving, and if someone texts me or something like that, I really resist looking at the phone, because if you ever notice, if you're honest with yourself, if you're driving and your attention goes somewhere, you notice you'll swerve, like you'll start to go in the direction that your eyes were looking. So if your phone's over here, all of a sudden you start to drift to the right. If something's over here, you start to drift to the left. And where I'm going with this is, it's natural for us as humans that where our eyes go, that's where we drift.
Yep.
Right? So I understand that you're addressing cartoons, but respectfully, we're a long way from where we got left. When we accepted it in our shows that we watch,
Mhm.
okay, things have progressively gotten more and more savage in the past few decades. As a matter of fact, I was just in the shop watching a music video. I hadn't seen a music video in years, y'all. I don't have that kind of time.
Me
But
neither.
I'm like, oh, this is soft porn now. Like, in the YG video, I was like, oh, I feel like someone's grandma, but we've normalized that,
Mhm.
right? Now it's acceptable. Back in the day, certain things came on after dark. Remember, or you
Yep.
had a special channel. Now it's mainstream, it's acceptable, and because we keep watching it, we keep supporting it, it becomes more and more normalized. So sex,
Yeah.
drugs, murder, all of that, right?
Mhm.
Okay, well, it's no different than heterosexuality, homosexuality, and again, I say pedophilia, because
Mhm.
people don't like to talk about that. We shut down, but that is
Yeah.
growing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Man, I guess I don't even hang out with nobody like that. So I don't even, that's like, that's a
No,
whole different type of person.
they're beginning to like that group, they're beginning to like fight for rights as if they are like a community, like the LBGTQ plus.
To deal with
Mhm.
kids.
It's you have kids. You got to stay up on this.
Yes, because love is love, and it is love. So they're fighting for their rights. So here, look, I know you don't want to go too far left, but here's what I'm gonna say. It's no different than in elementary school, in the area where I live. My kids don't go to traditional schools, but they ask them, how do you want me to refer to you, as a girl or as a boy?
Mhm.
At such a young age, like,
Yep.
what do you mean? So we have drifted as a people
Period.
far, and we normalized it back here. And it's not a big deal. It's not, I mean, just because I watch it don't mean I think like that. Just because I see it don't mean I align with that. And now it's a problem when it's to our kids. No, it was a problem when it was to us because we were someone's children.
Yep.
And we respect ourselves enough to say, I'm not going to allow myself to be entertained by trash.
Period.
But overlook it. Listen to our music. What are we? I just listen.
Your camera went off, y'all. There you go.
I just listened to a song, How's It Going Down? DMX, rest in peace. But what he was saying to that girl, that was trifling. I was like, that's what he said. You go get that, come back with that, we can split that. But you know what? This don't work for me. So go back to your baby daddy. And we was bumping to it.
Yep.
The types of game play, How's It Going Down? Like that was a top hit. And we made it okay.
Mhm.
So when we talk about, the kids seeing same sexes kissing, I'm surprised we don't have words. This is normal now.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's normal now.
And we have to just be honest as to the transition that has happened. Like once upon a time, long ago, in order for a man to date you, he had to go talk to your daddy first just to let him know that he liked you. Right.
Okay.
And then he
Okay.
was like, hey, I do like her. I want to know if, I can sit on your sofa and talk to her. Chaperoned. There was always somebody there. And the minute we started going this way, away from, I am protected, I am loved, I am a prize, I am to be taken care of. Not when I say taken care of, I don't mean like lavish. I mean like I want you to understand that everything in me is delicate and I need to be handled as such. Right? When we start going in the opposite direction, that's when we started to relax our standards a little bit. And that's all we've been doing from then to now, relaxing our standards a little bit. So now when you say, what about, the men and kissing and the women kissing, we've relaxed our standards and we're going to continue to relax our standards because that's the direction that we're going in as a culture. So
The
all
culture,
we
though,
can
call
do.
it- sorry to
all-
interject.
Go
Sorry
ahead.
to interject. The culture, though, per se, calls it freedom. I'm free to love who I want to love.
Yeah, love is love. Mhm.
And so that's
So
where I don't get involved. This is above my pay grade. Cause like I'm not here to tell who you can love. I just be like, God didn't make this for this. God
But
made this for
believe in
this.
God. So you gotta have
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Many of them worship the Lord, like Christians. Like
Yeah.
is it-
we all sin. And so your sin of hoeing ain't no different than they sin of kissing somebody of the same sex. So that's what I'm saying. We can go all day, right? Here's what we have as a people, in my opinion. We have to figure out what it is we really stand for, and we have to hold true to that, and we have to raise our kids in the way that they should go so that they won't depart from it, right? We all have responsibility in all different areas. The same-sex kissing, the gender request or identification at a young age, this is just the tip of it. It's no different than back when I was in school, the history that I was taught, it was revisionist history, that those were not even facts, right? But my parents at the time, they weren't aware of what I was being taught or the misinformation that I was being given and being told that it was true. So it took years to know what had to be unlearned. It's on us as parents to be very intentional and very aware of what's going on with our children and with ourselves. Because if we want to put something on our children, we got to make sure we're walking and we're in good standing as well. Or else they're going to say it's a hypocrisy. You living like that, but you telling me that it's wrong for me to do this. So all of this freedom has just made it more important for us to be very clear about who we are, whose we are, and what it is we stand for, and to walk in integrity. And having side chicks, for example, when you reach a certain level, that math ain't mathing. That's conflict right there. What's he gonna tell his son and his daughter? Oh, when you get a certain amount, now you get to live in conflict with these standards that I've taught you, like these principles that I taught you to honor your mother, and your mother's so great. Yeah, but I'm gonna cheat on her every 3 days. What? Like, that don't even make sense, but it sounds good. It sounds good from a fine chick, a baddie who's saying it. She's beautiful, right? It sounds good. but sometimes the prettiest packages have the most damage on the inside.
Period.
Facts.
The whole thing.
Don't ask me how I know.
And
You know what I'm saying?
we have empowered people so much to say, oh, live in your truth.
Man, I
But
agree
your
with that.
truth is not the truth.
Oh,
So when you don't have something sturdy to stand on that doesn't shake, that doesn't move, and my feelings are fickle. What can be my truth today can be a lie tomorrow. So if I'm not standing on something that's sturdy, then I am going to literally be unstable. I'm going to be unstable. I'm going to be unstable in my thinking. I'm going to be unstable in my movements. I'm going to be unstable in my beliefs. So when we are giving each other permission to fly free and live hard, and you only live once,
mhm.
we're giving each other permission to be to live damaged. That's it.
Mhm. And
I
so
like
I would
it. I
say
never
when-
looked at it like that. We are giving each other permission to live damage. When people would say that, I would be like, that's what you call your justice to do what you want to do and be, and keep pushing. So, wow. All right. Now, so we understand that she wouldn't make the cut until she get her mind right. But baby girl have a come to Jesus moment and she really want to tap in and better herself. Where can she tap in at?
Well, she can always tap in. The most direct route is at getandstaymarried.com.
And on IG, the marriage makeover.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Before we go, I got a real estate tip.
I'm about
So,
to say,
man, there was some news out there about banks wanting to enter the real estate game. Now, banks have forever been in the real estate game as
Mhm.
their lenders to us, and that's how we make money because they lend at a higher percent than they actually earn. They pay us. So
Mhm.
this is what's going on. Chase Bank was the first bank to go out there and say, hey, we're going to put $1 billion into the market to buy rental properties.
Mhm.
Now, Chase Bank is dangerous. Why? Because they have multiple amount of data and analytics to let them know where to invest. If you go to New York, there's a Chase Bank on every corner. Depending on where else you go, there's a Chase Bank with every half mile. Therefore, they're kind of like McDonald's. They play the geographical game. So now they're going to be entering the real estate game and they're going to be investing into rental properties, which is very dangerous for people like you and I, Erica. And the reason I say that is because they understand that the Midwest is more affordable. Therefore, prices on homes are going to skyrocket now because they don't only care about cash flow. Understand that now they have enough money that they're borrowing from us at less than 1%. They got free money. Because think about it. Look at your bank statement. They give you less than 1%. So the bank now gives you less than 1%, yet that's what they're paying for the money. They're going to go invest $1 billion of it to now get cash flow, tax benefits, and they never got tax benefits like this. They're going to get tax benefits off the real estate. They're going to get equity off the real estate because they're going to be able to buy more than you and I. Let me give you that example. When you buy 4 houses on the block and you do the same rehabs to all of them, you now control the comps, meaning the prices of the homes because you're setting the standard. And so now they could go in and buy whatever price they want, set the prices at what they want to, and everybody's rent is up. The price of real estate is up. So I encourage everybody to buy real estate now. And this is why. Real estate today is kind of like what Uber was in 2010. We never thought that we would go cities and not see taxis. You go to New York and you see it. You go to Philly, you will see it. Big cities, you'll see them at the airport. But outside of that, 85% of us get an Uber. 15% of real estate this year or last year was bought by hedge funders. Hedge funders get their money from lenders. private lenders. Now, these private lenders are very smart. They're intelligent. They got their analytics, but you can't tell me that they have more data than Chase Bank. No. Therefore, if Chase is in the game, now there is a big dog trumping the big dog now.
Yeah.
And now with our resources, we have to pay 12%, 8% for the money to get a loan. Chase is giving us less than 1%. So their leverage is going to be outrageous here in the next few years. So I'm a guy that I teach people to get multifamily first, but I'm going to say today, just go get rental properties. You're going to get the equity in the property in the next 5 years, regardless of the interest rate. They don't care about the interest rates that they're getting because they are the bank.
Yeah.
How much interest
All right.
today?
So like, and so they're playing an unfair game now. So I think that we need to obviously position ourselves to start to be able to accumulate real estate as we can. Not because I teach it, but just because we all need to have an asset that builds wealth for our families when we're not here.
Yeah.
And it's the third necessity. At the end of the day, you're not going to be able to dodge it. You know, we need water, food, shelter. At the
That's
end of the
right.
day, and they're getting in the game and they're borrowing money at less than 1%. It's about to be crazy.
That's
And I
right.
think that in the next 10 years, it would be the big banks that own majority of the homes under $300,000 across the country, because they don't need to invest into homes that are more. Think about it. And you think about it like this: foreclose on your home. That home is no longer going back out to the public for sale, for a short sale.
The
Short
bank is
sale is when somebody didn't pay the note and the bank is willing to take less than what is owed on the home.
Mhm.
The bank's now going to take the home and they going to keep that 30, 40, $50,000 in equity.
Mhm.
They got the back door, because think about it. They lending to us and they going to buy. They're not going to give us first dibs on the assets. They could cut the pipeline off and or increase rates for us to get it as easy as they can.
Yeah.
Hey, it's serious out here. So that's my tip of the day. Make sure that you start to plant seeds to get assets like real estate, and no matter what kind. Single family, if that's what you could afford, go get it. I'm a proponent for your first property being a multifamily, but today, just get what you can at the level that you could get it, especially in the Midwest, Detroit, Cleveland, Louisville, Missouri, Kansas City, those areas where it's more affordable, you could do more with your money. Now, if you work, get a property manager, allow the property manager to manage the property. Make sure you go see your property every 6 months. Put it in your lease that, hey, you can do a walkthrough, check all the bathrooms for leaks. That's where most of the damage is done. If they know that a checkup is coming, they're going to be more prone to manage the property a little bit better. And then also a lot of people wait a whole year to then go, they moved out. Now you surveying the property. They damaged the property. You collected a deposit of, let's just say $1,200.
I didn't quite catch that.
Oh,
Could you please-
sorry about that. Let's just say that, hey, they spying on us, y'all. Yeah, we talking about them making excuses, so they spying on us. But let me get back to the point. So we do inspections when people leave, and then we charge them at the end for by taking their deposit or charging against their deposit. But imagine if you did it throughout the year and you make sure that you got your money, because some of those damages are more than $1,200. And sometimes you got to eat that. So it's a very good preventative measure for you to make sure that you protect your asset when you do that. That was a little bit wordy, but y'all caught the gist. And so, that is the tip of the day. Think about Chase banks and banks now getting involved in the game. They lend to us and they playing the game too. They're not going to make it easier for us.
That's really good. That's really good. And I think I've heard you say before that everyone has a relationship with real estate.
Yep.
Right?
Everybody does. You're sitting in real estate right now. I'm sitting in real estate right now. You're sitting in real estate right now. And so most of us don't, to be honest with you, we don't even own it. We have a loan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so think about the rates going up. If the banks are going out to get real estate themselves, they don't have a reason to get loans.
Right.
To decrease, to decrease the interest rates. I'm sorry. Why? They gonna have to pay us if they want to do it. And otherwise, that'll slow them down and we could go get more.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's just how I see it.
It makes total sense to me, and really even in alignment with how we try our best to push the message out. Everyone has a relationship, it's whether or not you have a healthy relationship. And given all that you just shared, now is the time
Yeah.
to figure out what it is you don't know, because sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't have family members who had property, if you didn't have someone around, you didn't have a mentor, this is a great opportunity to connect with you, like someone like you that can provide the insights so that they can do things faster. A lot of times people misunderstand us in the coaching space. We don't purport that what we say is the only way to do it. We're just saying you can do it a whole lot faster. You can learn from someone else's mistakes or someone else's successes and then still achieve your goal. And with the banks coming out and buying it up at the rate that you're saying, the time is now to move a little bit faster.
Yep. So before we close out, I want to make an announcement. So I shut down my mentorship for the rest of the year. I still mentor my leaders and I still help them out to get deals. But moving forward, as of January 1, I got a new offer. I can't tell y'all yet. You know what I'm saying? Can't tell y'all, but I got a super dope mentorship. It's going to bring a lot of value to all of us. And it's going to be something that's going to be a game changer, I think. It's something unique that we know about, but we just don't know how to leverage it, get into it, and really maximize on it. But it's still a real estate play. But I think that we'll be very empowered by it. We're going to launch it at the beginning of the year. And so I'm excited about it. I wanted to mention that just in case people are tapping in and kind of going to the old link and there's no webinar. I apologize about that, but we shut it down for the year. We'll be reopening it up at the beginning of the year, and we're going to kick off things nice and strong. So I wanted to put that out there. Before we get out, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Big shout to my guy Dre in the comments. What's happening, Dre? I see Miss Peaches out there. I see Destiny out there. You know, so thank you for your support. We appreciate you always tapping in with us. We plan to grow this thing out. We plan. Shanoria got something up her sleeve.
Yeah.
We'll be doing big next year. She said I had no choice, so I ain't got no choice. So be ready. Stay tapped in. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. And we're gonna try to do these lives every so often. This is our first one. You know, we had a little bit of kinks, but we're going to get it together and bring you some quality content and some quality jewels that you can take and apply in your household right away.
Absolutely.
With that,